working with a motive. This thing feels somewhat dangerous or somewhat foolish to me, but we do this all the time. So first, let's go into why we do so. So the simplest reason is because we have all these pleasure motives, and these pleasures are not necessarily psychological pleasures. They can be bodily pleasures and other form of pleasures. For example, they can be some ego boost, status boost, and they can also be some salary boost. These pleasures are not necessarily some bodily pleasure in themselves, but they are some psychological pleasure. This is the first reason that we work with motives, and it has certain effects. The irony of this is that we are desiring the things that are outside of our control. So you don't know if you work hard and you will get promoted or not, or you will get that status boost or not, or you will reach the peak of some hierarchy or not. These are the things which are completely outside our domain of control. And when we work with such motives, then we also keep thinking about these things and whether we will achieve them or not. And if this thing goes out of hand, then this overhead can become large and as a result affect our whole life. This has happened quite a lot to me in my early years of life, and this is not a good thing. So this is that computational overhead that our mind keeps doing. So it doesn't like uncertainty, but it is tied to things which are uncertain. Now, one solution of this is to be delusional that you are the best and you will achieve the results. But other simpler solution is just not caring about those external results. I would argue that the other solution is a better one. It is because it prevents that unnecessary overhead of computation. By computation, I mean thinking about it and feeling and also worrying about the results. So, that computational overhead is completely eliminated. So, if we assume two cases where two people are working the same amount, but one is working with some motive and the other one is not, then it is entirely possible that motiveless person is working better in the moment, and as a result he will yield better results than the other person. So what could be the solution of not having any motives? Humans are goal driven people, and even if we think that I don't want to have motive, that is still another motive. So what I feel is having motives which are in our control. So, what could these motives be? So, in my view, these motives could be honesty and maybe detachment. So, you work because you want to get more detached from your body and mind, or you want to become more honest in your work. Now, these are the things which are completely in your control, and if you don't work towards them, you get immediate result, which can be taken up as a feedback, and then you can work in the next minute and align yourself in the direction of these goals. So these goals don't keep you desperate for years trying to get something or worry about it. It's somewhat like mathematics. Like if you do the wrong thing, you will get the wrong result. Now, these motives are very hard to have because the other motives, the motives related to ego, those motives are very strong, and we have been trained since childhood to have those motives and work with those motives in the world. As a result, having these motives, which I just described as alternatives to the ego motives, is very difficult. So this is the problem. We have in some way become insensitive to having these highly abstract, or more precisely very beautiful kind of motives. So probably artists have that, meaning true artists have that and had that, and they have described such kind of motives and things along this line many times. uh, so we have to continually work in making ourselves better in this direction. That is how we get free of the ego motives, and then we don't have to worry about the computational overhead, which basically means worrying and thinking and all these things.